Today we are going to talk about perhaps the biggest and longest homework assignment of all time, a handwritten Bible. You heard Father Eric Hollis. Father, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Tom.
You are very close to this project. I mean, it's unimaginable to me. To Benedictines, I mean, you've been doing books for 1,500 years, you told me.
Right.
So to you, it was probably, well, yeah, okay, we'll do it. But tell us, what are we talking about here?
Well, what we're talking about is an effort to recreate something that used to be part and parcel of what it meant to be civilized, to make a book from scratch. And for 500 years in the West, we've been printing our books, printing our Bibles, and as we considered what we might do to commemorate 150 years of the history of our own abbey in Minnesota, we wanted to do something special. So we commissioned a man to make a handwritten, illuminated, monumental Bible.
Here we are. Here we're looking at some pictures now, Father. Where are we?
These are the pillars of wisdom, with the pearls of wisdom balanced on each of the 7 pillars there. And again, you can see the color palette of the blue and the rose, which emphasizes the kind of feminine character of wisdom. It describes wisdom as a woman. And so it's one of those things that sort of balances out our spiritual lives.
My guess is you won't be able to check this out of the library.
No, no.
How do people see it or
There's a number
get
of ways.
involved with it, or
This
what's
is
going
one-
to happen there?
One of the great things about technology, we can share images on the web, so you can go to the website and see the images.
Okay, do we have that address?
stjohnsbible.org.
Okay, and you
all
can Google
spelled
it
out.
too,
You can
Bob.
Google
Okay.
it, right.
Okay.
It's all spelled out. And then you can also buy what's called a trade edition, a half size, which are very reasonably priced. And then you have these limited edition full-size sets.
That are going to places like the Vatican.
Right.
Okay.
And people have donated them to libraries. Santa Clara University has a set. To churches, the new cathedral in Oakland
It's
has
going
a
to have
set.
one. Okay.
And we're presenting one this eventually to the Church of St. Martin in the Fields in London. So
Okay.
what's made me much more aware of how the Bible actually infuses the Catholic tradition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Catholics have always been thought of as non-biblical or accused of being non-biblical, but in fact we're incredibly biblical. If you go to church every Sunday, you'll hear 3 readings, and if you do it every Sunday for several years, you'll hear a major portion of the Bible. And then if you go on weekdays, you'll hear even more. So the Bible is the core of our worship, our Mass. The Bible is also the core of our theology, our spiritual life, our spiritual reading, and as Benedictines, it's the core of our daily prayer. And so doing this project has reminded me of just how biblical Catholics are. They don't think
Not
of
a
it.
reputation,
We know,
right.
yeah, we don't realize
Yeah.
it, but in fact, the Bible, without the Bible, Catholic worship would evaporate.
So as a scholar, how did you view this project?
As a scholar, this is a really interesting project because no one's done this examined this from a scholarly point of view. We'd love to be able to meet a medieval scribe and ask how they did it. And so we've learned an awful lot just from the watching of this project as it's progressed. And so to see someone craft this book from scratch is an amazing thing.
Father, thank you so much for being here.